Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 here at the flagship station, but also for you good folks up in Brownsville and Jackson, part of the Brownsville radio and the Jackson radio area. Appreciate you being part of the Outdoors with Larry Ray family. Greg Ratliff is taking care of us as he does most of the week, and he was talking a little fishing before we went on the show about his twins, Finley and Juliana. They're both 4, and he's already discovered a creek that may have fishing in them, so we're going to have to take care of these kids, Ron. We're going to have to help Greg out.
You know what?
And that Snoopy rod is not working with no bait on it.
I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to help him out. I'm going to take them to one of my little places.
That's what you need to do.
Where they can go and catch some and get hooked.
Yeah, there you
get
go.
Hooked on fishing.
Well, I know another guy on the line with us is our co-host for every fourth Saturday, and that's Bill Cooksey. And you're pretty well hooked on fishing, aren't you, Bill?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and he's
Absolutely. I'll be fishing in a few hours.
He'll be fishing in a few hours. Well, let's talk crappie.
I'm just trying to decide what I'm fishing for because I'll be at Kentucky Lake, so this next guy is important to me.
Well, he's going to tell you right now because we're really happy to have Michael Bledsoe on with us, part of the American Crappie Trail.
He's one of the contestants on the American Crappie Trail tournament.
Why don't you introduce Michael to us since you've
Well, I'll tell
this?
you something. I have known of Mike. I have seen him at a couple of tournaments.
Yeah.
And he's from Indiana. Coming down south.
Oh,
and
right.
showing these guys, all these hometown favorites, how to catch those crappie down at Kentucky Lake. Michael Bledsoe, along with his partner David Sakura. They whacked them 2 days in a row. You know, they were very, very consistent.
Let's talk about it with him.
Michael, good morning, and congratulations on your win.
Well, thank you, guys. Good morning to you guys as well, and I can't thank you guys enough for having me on here to talk a little fishing.
You sound Indiana, Michael. Michael, you're Indiana if there ever was one. I would have known Indiana right off the bat, buddy. So it's good to have somebody talk that we can understand here on our show. So
there you go. There you go. I'll definitely do my best.
Well, tell us.
Coming down. Go ahead.
No, just tell us about how you got to where you are and the big win that Ron was talking about, because you found them over 2 days, and Bill Cooksey's on the other end of the line. He wants to know where you found them and where he can go to catch them later today. So,
but we need Morse code on the spot now.
Oh, Morse code. Now that's a real.
I totally understand.
That tells you how old you are, Bill.
You know,
Talk about it.
I started out crappie fishing years and years ago. Went to Sardis Lake with my father. My dad was doing some construction work, and one of the guys one of the masons that was on the job had a place at Sardis, worldwide known, one of the best crappie fishing.
At one time it was, yep.
So, boom, I got down there and just got hooked as soon as I caught the first couple ones. So at that point, I'd always watched different trails. I was younger at the time, and eventually I finally got my own boat. I think I was, 19, 20 years old. And then I slowly started getting started into them. Just about the time I really got, going pretty well with them, as being somewhat successful. One of the tournament trails is Crappie USA. I no longer fish any longer. Moved all the way to ACT.
Yes.
We were very successful in that one and stayed consistent. But unfortunately, about that time, I have a young family. That's a big one. So I got to give a great big thanks to my wife, Stephanie Bledsoe, Miranda, and John Michael Bledsoe, my daughter and son.
There you go.
They stand behind me big time to let me live my dream to do this. So, they're 8 and 10 years old now, so I'm starting to be able to fish a little bit more. So that definitely helps out big time to have the support from the family.
Well, Michael, a lot of people caught a lot of fish over the 2 days there at Kentucky Lake out of Paris Landing State Park. You guys caught a bunch of good fish every day, and one of the things you said on stage was on the last day, you didn't make any mistakes on the second day. And, before you you're sitting on the hot seat through all of the top 10 guys that were ahead of you, right? You sat on that hot seat for a long time, and you heard each and every one of those teams, the top 10 teams, saying, I lost a big fish, or I did this and I did that, and this is what happened. You guys didn't make any mistakes. How important is that? And tell our listeners where you guys caught them and how you caught them.
Okay, it's huge. We have always said to win the national tournament of this grade, everything has to go perfectly correct. I mean, everything, the stars have to line up. It has to go perfect. Day one of the tournament, it wasn't our best day. We did lose a couple fish. Luckily, we had a lot of tangles. Luckily, though, we had found fish pre-fishing that even our weights show it. We did not have a kicker fish on day one.
Wow.
Day one, kicker fish being, a 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, 1.8.
Yeah.
We had just a consistent, almost 8 pounds. We were right at 8-pound mark. We were just a hair under at 790 something. So we just had to. We knew at that point we had a consistent fish, bigger than everybody in the field. We were on a healthy school of fish, and we just knew if we went back and could get in that same area and try to hit stuff that we didn't hit the day before, and it didn't get pressure, that we would have a great chance of weighing in a really good bag for day number 2. Which is really hard to do. Usually your weights go down day 2. So, so basically day 2 starts. We got crazy as it sounds, as big as that lake is, 90-some miles long. We literally wanted to start. One other team wanted to start on the exact same stake bed. We were almost bumping boats. It quite wasn't worth it to us.
Can you give
we
us?
Moved out of the area.
Hold on now. Can you give us a little? Where were you close to? You don't have to say exactly. Bill Cooksy's on the line, and he's leaving this afternoon. He just wants to know.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll try to help him out.
Yeah.
We were south of. I don't know this lake that well in that area because it's new to us, but I know we were south or upriver from Leatherwood.
Okay.
Was one of the coves.
Right.
Okay,
I think
Bill.
from that section to approximately New Johnsonville.
There you go. Okay,
Right.
Bill, that's all.
Okay.
Of lake.
Okay.
That's the section of lake that we concentrated on.
Okay, all right. Okay, go ahead now. That's Bill's happy now.
No,
Absolutely.
so that's the section of lake. So day 2, starts off with, in that, which is fine. It's fishing. There were no hard feelings. We weren't mad. We just decided that's not our style of fishing. So we went ahead and moved on our way. They kind of went their way, which kind of ends up, again, stars are aligning. It wasn't our decision. Someone else helped make it for us.
Yeah.
We decided to leave the area, go to another area that we had pre-fished. We pull into that cove, and behold, we get pretty close to see if they're on, because we only had about 7 stake beds that we really wanted to hit. And there's a guy fishing right on it, That guy comes to find out later on as I'm, doing the lie detector test. He catches big fish right there of the tournament.
Golly.
So we were on the fish.
Yeah.
So kind of a unique story. We went ahead and went back to the same cove that we were in on day 1, and Matt Morgan ended up coming back there right. We had just got set up and started fishing like 2 stake beds. Cameraman gets on the boat. He said he brings good luck, and he sure did.
Tim does bring good luck.
Probably 7 stake beds later, we pop I think it was a 189 crappie, which is, a kicker.
That's good. That's a kicker.
Have.
Yeah.
And then we just went on a roll at that point. No line tangles. Boat control was perfect. Presentations were perfect, and we literally just went on a roll. And about every 4 or 5 stake beds we hit, we pulled a really nice fish.
Oh man!
Well over a pound.
Yeah. You hear that, Bill?
And then at the end,
they were on a roll, Bill. They were on a roll.
I put those stake beds out.
Oh,
so.
Bill put those.
You might have.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I greatly appreciate you that you did.
Michael, are you using minnows or?
Yeah. What were you using?
Were you using jigs or a combination or what?
We were using a combo. So one of the things that we did do is, sponsored. Big thanks out to Bobby Garland as well. We were using Bobby Garland plastics. Different styles at sometimes, and we were switching the colors up. We had it kind of narrowed down to 2 or 3 colors, but one person would always keep one on.
Okay.
And that way we had it on the bottom with a 16th ounce jig head. And then we'd, just run in double minnow rigs or double shiner rigs at that point. So we had shiners, always had one plastic on. And as soon as those fish would go after the plastic, they just kind of went through a phase in the day where they would hit plastics and better than they would hit the shiners. So what we would do at that point is we would catch 2 in a row, and then we would switch over where all of our poles had jigs on the very bottom and a shiner on top. And then as that bite went down again, we would just switch right back out and go all all minnow rig.
Well, you sound like you had it in line. Before we let you go, I'm assuming now, are you going to be on the Ouachita River in June? Are you
that tournament? We're not going to be able to make it to. Again, we have young family, work, baseball. So we're not going to make it to that one.
Yeah, you going to Truman?
We're definitely going to shoot for Truman. Yeah, we're going to shoot for Truman, and we're definitely going to Grenada in September.
There you go.
Lifelong dream to fish that lake. I can't wait to get there.
Well, we appreciate you taking time to be on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Great knowledge out there, folks, and I know Ron took a lot of good pictures from up there.
Yep, there's
on
pictures
LROutdoors.com
of Michael and his partner David holding up them trophies.
Sakura?
Yeah, I can't spell it. I can hardly say
Sikora.
Yeah, this is a team event. But thank you, Michael. Good talking to you, and we will stay in touch. Okay, buddy?
All right. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, let's take a Memorial Day break now as Bill Cooksey has to kind of slip out and go to a practice with his Bartlett High trap shooting team, and then head to all of Michael Bledsoe's crappie steaks.
Well, he knows exactly where all those
are. Him.
Call me later on tonight.
Yeah, call us and let us.
I'll post up some pictures.
Okay, buddy. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back.